Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news. Nobody saw it coming, a 9-year age gap that would ignite the screen like a cinematic explosion. When 33-year-old Wang Haozhen stood beside 22-year-old Yiying, the chemistry was instant, electric, and impossible to ignore. Their short drama didn't just look like a film, it felt like one. Every smile, every teasing glance, every fleeting touch carried the kind of realism that made viewers forget they were watching fiction. It wasn't just acting, it was art wrapped in emotion. Wang Haozhen, after a decade of playing supporting roles, finally found the perfect partner to redefine his career. Gone were the days of stoic performances beside established goddess types. This time, he chose Hae-in, a rising star known for her youthful glow and effortless sincerity. Together, they crafted something rare, a story that was both light-hearted and deeply affecting. Their scenes balanced humor and heartbreak so naturally that audiences flooded the comment section, exclaiming, "This isn't a drama, it's love unfolding in real time." The production quality, pacing, and cinematography gave the short drama a movie-level polish, but what truly captivated viewers was the emotional undercurrent, the subtle glances, the warmth in their laughter, and the authenticity that bled through every frame. For Wang Haozhen, this was more than a role, it was redemption. For Hae-in, it was the birth of a new star, and for the audience, it was a reminder of one simple, breathtaking truth: when genuine connection meets perfect timing, even a 9-year gap can become the most beautiful distance love has ever crossed. Why is this pairing so irresistibly captivating? Let's start with their faces, because sometimes, chemistry begins long before a single line is spoken. Wang Haozhen's sharp bone structure carries the depth and danger of midnight whiskey, smooth, rich, yet intoxicatingly strong. In contrast, Hae-in's soft, rounded cheeks and playful dimples bloom like strawberry milk in the afternoon sun, sweet, refreshing, and impossible not to smile at. Two entirely different auras, one mature and magnetic, the other innocent and effervescent. Yet when they collide, it's pure alchemy, a fusion of sugar and flame that defies logic but feels utterly natural. The director himself joked during filming, "We didn't even need filters, their faces created their own lighting," and he wasn't wrong. On camera, their interaction dances between contrast and harmony, his gaze steady and consuming, hers bright and curious. Every eye contact feels like a spark, every accidental touch like a whisper that lingers too long. But what truly elevates their on-screen connection is the rhythm of tension and tenderness. Wang Haozhen's commanding presence draws you in. He moves with the quiet confidence of a man who has lived, loved, and learned restraint. Hae-in, however, disrupts that composure with the untamed honesty of youth. She teases, challenges, softens, and ultimately transforms him. Their dynamic becomes a symphony, one of power, playfulness, and passion. The audience doesn't just watch them fall in love, they feel it. That moment when his eyes soften, when her laughter fills the silence, when the air itself seems to hum between them, that's when fiction becomes something dangerously real. Perhaps that's why this duo has captured hearts across the internet. Because when deep whiskey meets strawberry milk, the result isn't just balance, it's a love story written in contrast, sealed with fire and sweetness. And maybe that's the true secret behind their magic. Some combinations aren't meant to make sense, they're meant to make history. Wang Haozhen is a master of restrained emotion. One glance, one subtle inhale, and suddenly the screen feels heavier, filled with the weight of stories left unsaid. His acting is like a deep river, calm on the surface, turbulent underneath. Hae-in, on the other hand, is pure instinct. She feels before she thinks, and when she cries, it's raw, unfiltered, and heartbreakingly real. Tears, trembling lips, even a snot bubble or two she doesn't bother to wipe. Together, they form a rare kind of cinematic balance. His stillness sharpens her chaos, her energy breaks open his silence. In their shared scenes, you can see the electricity. Just as Wang Haozhen swallows his emotion, holding it tight in his throat, Hae-in throws open an imaginary window, letting light flood in. The contrast between repression and release is breathtaking. The audience doesn't just watch them, they ride with them, hearts lurching up and down like a roller coaster caught between control and surrender. Data speaks louder than words. In years of memory, the clips where the two appear together account for an astonishing 92% of total replays, a number that demolishes the solo screen time of either actor. But perhaps the most beloved moment wasn't even scripted. During one take, Hae-in suddenly forgot her line. Without missing a beat, Wang Haozhen improvised, leaning closer, voice low and steady, "Say that again, I didn't quite catch it." The line wasn't in the script, but the chemistry in that moment was electric. Hae-in burst into laughter, genuine and uncontrollable, and instead of cutting, the director decided to keep the scene. It became one of the most replayed clips of the series, a fleeting moment of authenticity that made fiction feel like reality. Netizens flooded the comments with playful threats: "If these two don't act together again, we're mailing knives to the writer." That's not just fan enthusiasm, that's proof of a rare, irreplaceable spark, because sometimes, the best love stories aren't written in the script, they're born in the moments that were never meant to happen. In fact, Wang Haozhen isn't new to forming high-profile on-screen pairings. Previously, his collaboration with Guo Yuxin, portraying a domineering CEO and his delicate young wife, sparked debates, largely due to their noticeable age gap. Critics questioned whether the chemistry could feel authentic, and many argued that the pairing seemed forced. Yet, with Hae-in, everything changed. Despite a 9-year age difference, the duo exudes the effortless ease of classmates sharing secrets, their on-screen synergy almost magical in its natural flow. What sets this partnership apart isn't just the actors' skills, but their genuine humility. Neither is caught up in the trappings of celebrity or the need to appear perfect on camera. Wang Haozhen's restrained, subtle presence perfectly complements Hae-in's lively, expressive energy. He doesn't dominate the frame, he coexists with her, giving her moments to shine while anchoring the scene with quiet strength. She, in turn, never overshadows him, instead weaving spontaneity and warmth into every interaction. This mutual respect translates into chemistry that feels lived in rather than manufactured, a rare phenomenon in the fast-paced world of short dramas behind the cameras. Their rapport mirrors what audiences see on screen. Crew members have noted how effortlessly they joke, improvise, and even cover each other's mistakes, creating moments that feel unscripted and, consequently, irresistible. Their laughter, glances, and small gestures aren't rehearsed tricks, they're authentic exchanges that transform ordinary scenes into cinematic gold. Fans notice this immediacy, reacting not just to the story but to the palpable connection between the actors. Perhaps the most surprising aspects is how naturally they embody roles that, on paper, could have felt discordant. The age difference, which might have been a distraction with other pairings, becomes irrelevant. Instead, it adds subtle layers, maturity paired with youthful spontaneity, restraint balanced by exuberance. It's this rare combination of skill, humility, and authenticity that makes their on-screen relationship so compelling, reminding viewers that sometimes, the magic isn't in the script but in the actors' ability to simply be together on set. Wang Haozhen stole the show whilst Hae-in was chewing on a duck neck. He attempted a bite, only to jump up and down from the spiciness, whilst Hae-in's smile was even sweeter than in the film. This genuine reaction undoubtedly deepened the audience's sense of closeness to the two's relationship. While the short drama market is fiercely competitive and couples are popping up all the time, a pairing like Wang Haozhen and Hae-in, who can convey multiple layers of emotion with a single glance, is truly rare. Industry insiders even predict that, as long as Wang Haozhen avoids negative news, the whiskey-strawberry duo can continue for at least 3 years. After all, for audiences, this kind of sweetness with a touch of everyday life is far more appealing than industrial saccharine. Notably, after the broadcast of Sui Sui Hae-in, 3 scripts were simultaneously submitted to the 2 leading actors. However, fans seem to be more eager for more modern sweet dramas and are wary of historical romances. After all, high-stakes plots like shaving heads and jumping off cliffs pose a significant challenge for any fan. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.